So, Edward Thorndike was born on August 31st, 1874, in Williamsburg, Massachusetts. He is the son of Edward Thorndike, and he was a Methodist minister. Edward had two brothers who were pretty impressive scholars. Lynn, who was a medievalist that specialized in the history of science and magic, which seems pretty cool. And Ashley, who was an English professor and noted authority on Shakespeare. Edward then graduated from the Roxburgh Latin School in Massachusetts in 1891, and then he earned his master's at Harvard University in 1897 with James, who he became pretty good friends with. At Harvard, he was interested in how animals learn, so he started raising chickens in his room, and after he was told that he couldn't do that, James actually let him raise the chickens in his basement. Near graduation, Edward returned to his initial interest, which was educational psychology. He then earned his PhD at Columbia University under one of the founding fathers of psychometrics, Cattell. He was the first dissertation in psychology to use non-human animals in experiments. He then used the puzzle box experiment with cats to investigate trial and error learning. So basically, there was this box where it was only one way to get out, and there were different levers that the cats had to push to get out, and it was very incremental learning where you don't learn everything at one time. It kind of takes like step-by-step time to learn. And through this research, he came up with connectionism, which is the strengthening of neural connections between sensory impressions and behaviors through experience. Edward then created different laws, the law of exercise, the law of effect, which then he abandoned the law of exercise and then modified the law of effect to only include reinforcement because he thought that punishment wasn't effective, which we still believe today. Well, more so believe today. We realize that it works better to be more reinforced than punished. Edward was an instructor in psychology at the Teachers College at Columbia University. He became the second president of Psychometric Society, which is pretty impressive. He then married Elizabeth Moulton, I believe that's how you pronounce it, which they had 4 children, and one of the children, Francis, actually became a mathematician. He then died on August 9th in 1949 in New York. I'm going to guess of old age. I never really read anything otherwise. It seemed like a pretty good life that he had.